On Easter Sunday, 2015, Lynn Lucas fell while stepping out of her truck.
I ended up bracing my fall with the arm and proceeded to fall directly on the blacktop, the pavement.
X-rays showed Lynn had minor fractures in her wrist, elbow, and forearm, requiring her to wear a splint and sling for 6 to 8 weeks. That was hard enough.
Being a right-handed individual, all the things I took for granted, I definitely did not take for granted anymore.
Then one night, a few weeks later, Lynn stepped in a hole in her yard and tripped, landing on her injured arm.
I knew I had done more. Oh, I knew it. I mean, it was snapped.
Afterwards, she saw orthopedic specialist Michael Wilson.
And this is the radius bone, which Miss Lucas had fractured. She had broken it right through here, which again, every time you move your arm, that bone rotates, so that causes a great deal of discomfort.
Lynn had to wear a metal brace that restricted her arm. Not only did she have to get her daughter Taylor to help around the house, but she couldn't do what she really wanted.
I had a grandson, 5 months old at that point, and just wonderful. Was not able to hold him, and that was really tough.
Lynn went for a follow-up. By now, it had been 3 months since she first fell. The news was not good.
Most time when you see this bone not healed at 3 months, it's not going to heal. And that's kind of where she was at, and that's why we had discussions about doing further treatment, such as surgery and replacement of that bone, because I did not think it was going to heal.
But Lynn felt differently because she always believed God would heal her.
Prayed to him from the beginning that it would be healed, never doubting that it would. And immediately I stood up and I said, no, I'm not going to need an elbow replacement. Jesus is going to heal me.
At her doctor's recommendation, she agreed to meet with a surgeon. Then, a week before the appointment, Lynn was watching the 700 Club.
Have faith in God.
Sitting there and with that brace on, all of a sudden, Gordon Robertson starts with a word of knowledge.
There's someone, you have a very painful right elbow, you've had a fall, and it's swollen. God's healing you. He's taken away all that pain, all the chip, everything is being restored right now. Begin to do what you couldn't do before, begin to move it, and realize you have no more pain.
You could hear me probably 3 blocks away. Praising my Savior and shouting it, wow, I knew it, and I took that thing off. I just took it off. Boom, it was done.
Lynn kept the appointment with the surgeon, but as Michael explains, there was no need for surgery.
This x-ray is taken 1 month after the initial injury, and then 3 months from this time, this x-ray demonstrates complete healing of the bone. And you can see the fracture here and the displacement of the bone. This bone should be in the center. And then 3 months later, you see that the bone has essentially fully healed and it has went back to anatomical alignment. So she went from this to this 4 months after she initially broke it, which is very special, with no surgery.
Lynn has had no problems since, and she's able to do everything she could do before the injury, including playing with her grandson.
To keep up with him, to run with him, to know I can lift him and there's no discomfort, to be secure in the fact that he's safe in my arms is absolutely the icing on the cake to all of this.
Lynn gives all the credit for her healing to God.
No matter what you face, whether it be financial or physical or personal, there's nothing you can't handle.